Hey guys, and welcome to another Premier League transfer targets video. Today we're looking at Newcastle United, obviously playing the Barclays Premier League and are managed by Alan Pardew. Last season they finished 10th, they had a strong start but seemed to dip in form towards the end of the season. They've done very well in the transfer window. Newcastle fans will be pleased with that. They've already signed 7 players, including the very talented Cabella, Janmaat and De Jong. Thiem De Jong, the brother of the player they signed last year, who didn't do too well. Let's have a look at some other signings they could make this summer. Starting top left, Fraser Foster of Celtic FC. Obviously a goalkeeper, a very good goalkeeper. He's played in the Champions League, so got good experience. Also played a bit at the World Cup for England, but not too much because obviously Joe Hart is the number 1. 26 years old, so still got a lot of room to improve. Obviously goalkeepers tend to do better at an older age, so it would be a very good transfer for Newcastle, although they do have Krul. But he might move to another club. He's been linked with a few. Main strength for Foster is shot stopping, player rating 7.5 out of 10, and probability of moving 40%. Moving on to a Borussia Dortmund player, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Very good player, very fast. He's going to kind of replace Lewandowski now he's moved to Bayern Munich. He can play in the wings, he can be a striker, very fast. Very good finisher, scored a lot of goals last season and mainly supported Lewandowski. Probability of moving 15%. I can't see Newcastle getting him this window simply because Borussia Dortmund will want to keep him because of Lewandowski's departure, and he's a very good player. He would cost Newcastle a lot. Player rating 8 out of 10 and main strength is finishing. Then moving on to a player who was injured recently, Christian Benteke of Aston Villa, 23 years old, obviously a very good player, Belgium international, didn't play at the World Cup obviously because of his injury, but it's a matter of time really before he will be sold by Aston Villa, you would have to think. Player rating 7.5 out of 10 and main strength is again finishing. And then finally, a player who's been linked with loads of clubs, including Liverpool and Arsenal, and now Newcastle again. Lloyd Remy, 27 years old, plays for Queen Park Rangers at the minute. That's the club he's at under manager Harry Redknapp. Probability of moving 40%. I can see him moving, not necessarily to Newcastle after they've already purchased a striker, but I can see him moving. Player rating 7.5 out of 10. And main strength once again is finishing. Manager is obviously Alan Pardew. Some Newcastle fans think he's good, some don't. It's just a divide of opinion. This is the strongest Newcastle lineup for the 2014/15 season in my opinion. You guys might disagree, tell me in the comment section if you do. In goal obviously Tim Krul, the Dutch international, did very well at the World Cup when he came on in that penalty shootout. Then the centre-back partnership of Williamson and Colaccini. Colaccini has been linked with a move away in recent seasons, but has seemed to settle down. Williamson is slightly ahead of Stephen Taylor in the running order. Then the full-backs, Santon and Janmaat. Janmaat obviously recently transferred from a Holland club, I believe. Then the centre-mid duo of Tiote and Sissoko, very good players, very strong. Sissoko can make those forward powerful runs, but also provide that defensive cover, as does Tiote. And then moving on to the front four of De Jong, Cabella, Gouffron and Riviere. Riviere, very good player, can play in the wing, obviously recently transferred from Monaco, I believe, very young, 24 years old. Gouffron got a few goals last season, but not as much as he would have liked. De Jong has scored a few goals in pre-season already, looking very good. And then Cabella is going to provide that pace, that width, get past the opponents and hopefully cross it in to either Riviere or whatever other strikers Newcastle will play in that position. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video guys, tell me what you thought of it, leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you want to see more, and goodbye.